It's been an incredibly busy October break, whether you've been out and about by car or by rail. And yet indeed the Chinese railways are already thinking of new timetables for autumn 2023. Nearly 200 million rail journeys were made over October break 2023. This time, the twin holidays of Mid-Autumn Festival and Chinese National Day on the 1st of October were merged into one 8-day super long Golden Week, meaning even more travel demand. With specifically 195 million trips made during October break, which here included 2 days before and another 2 days after the break, new records were set, certainly across part of the network. But the Chinese railways are not taking a late night out to celebrate, and are in fact busy with a new national rail timetable to take effect on the 11th of October 2023. Of this, 449 new passenger trains, both classic and high-speed, will be reality, this being one of the major changes to the rail schedules in the post-COVID pandemic era. Here are just some of what's new. If you've always wanted to check out Xi'an, also known as the ancient capital of Chang'an, the eastern end of the classic Silk Road, but have been put off by the city's main Xi'an North high-speed railway hub being half an hour away from the city centre, well, here is some good news. A number of high-speed trains will start from or end at the main Xi'an station, which is right by the ancient city wall, a significant change coming with the new national rail timetables to take effect from the 11th of October 2023. From Beijing West to Xi'an, there will be 3 high-speed trains to the ancient capital's main station, simply known as Xi'an. These will be the 1141 train G657, the 1520 train G659, and the 1708 train G665. It's worth checking Xi'an main station out, by the way, especially if you've been there before, as it has improved by leaps and bounds, from this to this. In the other direction, there will also be 3 high-speed services. These are respectively the 0747 train G654, the 1045 train G658, and the 1730 train G666. Do note, however, that these trains aren't necessarily any faster, and their only convenience is starting or ending at the main city station in central Xi'an. Some of these trains can go on for as long as nearly 6 hours. Faster still trains will take just 4 hours and 10 minutes, but start or end at the city's main high-speed hub, Xi'an North. Trains running between Beijing and the Inner Mongolian capital of Hohhot will also be faster. The 0800 train G2461 and the 1640 train G2473 will be direct trains taking just 2 hours and 9 minutes to reach Hohhot East Station from Beijing North. These trains will not stop at any stations along the way. Even faster will be the 1000 train G2462 going from Hohhot East to Beijing, with a travel time of just 1 hour and 59 minutes, although this train cheats, if you will, by arriving at Qinghe railway station at that time, which is more in the suburbs of the city. However, it will continue onward to Beijing North Station, arriving there in just another 16 minutes' time. Both Beijing North and Qinghe stations, by the way, will also see high-speed connections going beyond Datong in northern Shanxi, all the way to the provincial capital Taiyuan, a first for these Beijing termini. Other parts of Shanxi too, including Yuncheng North, will see fresh new connections by high speed, for example to Harbin in northeastern China. Eastern and southeastern China will also see new rail services. Close to 300 trains, some taking as little as 55 minutes, will run between Fuzhou and Xiamen on the southeastern coast. More trains will also be added to the third high-speed line between Shanghai and Nanjing, this one going via Taicang, Changshu and Zhangjiagang. The all-new Hangzhou West railway station is also finally getting a direct rail connection to and from Beijing South. Train enthusiasts who don't mind travelling in trains actually going around in circles, take note. 2 new Circle Line National Railway trains using Revival Green rolling stock will run on classic routes inside Shandong, from Jinan all the way back to Jinan, going via other Shandong cities including Jining, Yanzhou and Taishan. In addition, 2 existing Circle Line trains run on high-speed only routes. If you genuinely have nothing better to do, or are actually outright crazy or curious about national rail services going round in circles, start with the 0637C 666 service, doing a loop around western Shandong via classic routes. Then transfer at Jinan onto the 1531 train G5555, doing a loop around eastern Shandong on high speed. Direct high-speed links from Hong Kong West Kowloon to the rest of China are also being improved with the new timetable. This includes 6 new trains and a number of new destinations. The city of Jiangjiang, which is about 140 kilometers away from the Qinghai states that separate the rest of China from the island of Hainan, will also for the first time see a direct high-speed connection to Hong Kong. This will include the stations of Jiangmen, Kaiping South, Yangjiang, Maoming, and Jiangjiang West. There will be 1 train a day in each direction along this new route. The 1018 G6048 goes from Hong Kong West Kowloon to Jiangjiang West. The 1545 train G6046 goes the other way. The railways have also announced 2 new international classic trains from Kunming, China to Vientiane, Laos, although it's expected to actually run only at a later date. Staying in southern China, where this new timetable will bring to certain parts of a region the biggest changes in a decade, the all-new Guangzhou to Zhanjiang high-speed railway line is being built. The new line is expected to have a stop in central Foshan. This will, however, mean that the present-day Foshan main station will close from the 11th of October 2023 for a major overhaul in preparation for the new high-speed line. The city's West Railway Station will continue to remain open and will be where customers in the city can travel by high speed. Foshan Main Station is 120 years old this year, and the brand new expanded station will be state-of-the-art, featuring high-speed services. Foshan West is also where there's another line of note, the Guiyang to Guangzhou high-speed railway. As of the 11th of October 2023, that line will run faster, at speeds of up to 300 instead of 250 km per hour. This means close to 30 new trains, as well as up to about 30 minutes in time savings. More trains will also use newer rolling stock, the newer and faster CR Revival Express trains in place of a previous generation CRH Harmony Express trains. This line connects Guiyang and Guizhou, a less developed province, with Guangzhou and Guangdong, one of China's most developed provinces. Guangdong too will be served by faster trains, just 6 hours and 56 minutes from the provincial capital there, Guangzhou, to Chengdu. Finally, Chengdu-Shuangliu and Chongqing airports will also be connected with a direct high-speed rail service, although given how immense China's HSR network is, you'll have to ask yourself why you're flying domestically, especially over established high-speed routes. And there you have it, the new timetables. To check connections on the new timetable, use the official China Railways 12306 smartphone app or visit 12306.cn. Stations like these, like Anjiang behind me, currently get 2 trains a day. Hopefully we'll eventually see more and more services as newer and more frequent connections are introduced with every new timetable change.